Hello peeps, this is Tango and welcome back to Tango's World of Fix. Well, today I'll be reading Accidentally in Love. This is chapter 14, The Wall and the Hole in the Roof. Summary. Kaido explains, Ayura takes charge, Hiroshi walks straight home. By the way, I'm sick, so you could probably hear it in my voice, but I wanted to post it because I haven't been posting in a while. Also, my family left me at home alone. So great. So it gives me the perfect opportunity. It's because I'm sick. That's why they left me. They don't hate me or something. No. They're great. Okay. The notes, it's the author talking about some stuff like being gone for like 7 months. And just about that they're losing a bit of inspiration for the fic. They came back, and so I'm not going to read it because it's just super long, and I want to save my voice for the actual chapter. But if you guys want to read the notes, go ahead, and I have the link, not the lip in the description, the link in the description. Oh my gosh. There might be a lot of cuts in this also because I'm sick. I hate being sick so much. It's so dreadful. I hate it. Okay. It's one of those things where no one reacts at first. Because, really, what kind of reaction can you give? They all just sort of stand there. A loose shingle from the roof sways in the breeze. Then it drifts down into the gaping hole left in the side of the house. Flump. Terahashi drops her grocery bag. What just happened? Wasn't that Psyche's room? Where did my buddy go? Nendo cries. He looks frantically all around, not unlike a child who has lost their parents at a supermarket. At the supermarket. Everyone dissolves into a similar state of panic. Psyche's mother cups her hands over her mouth as his father hollers over the loss of their cable connection. Kuboyasu suddenly grabs onto his boyfriend's arm, and Ayura swears she hears him whisper, Shun, is this the dark reunion? Ayura, for her part, stays absolutely calm, as she should, because A, Psyche's powers make him invulnerable to pretty much everything, so wherever he is, he has to be fine. And B, it's her job as Psyche's soulmate to do damage control, even if explaining what just happened is literally impossible. She starts by taking Terahashi's hand and giving it a squeeze. Hey, don't worry. Psyche's room is just on the other side of the house. He's fine. Terahashi shakes her head frantically. No, I've been in there. That was his room. Did the floor collapse? Ma'am, let us help you out. Kuboyasu runs right up to the door, trying to push past Psyche's mother. We'll rescue your son. Come on, everyone. Wait. Psyche's mother braces herself against the doorframe. It's too dangerous. Too much wood. And, insulation. Honey? I know. A voice groans from inside. A damn shingle landed on my head. What is Kusuo? Go find him, please. Honey, I can't find him because he's not here. And he almost took the whole house with him. What does he mean? Terahashi asks. Where did Psyche go? What happened? Psyche's mother spreads her arms farther across the doorway, sweat visibly beating down her face. Ayura has to give it to the lady. The truth is clawing its way out of her, yet she's insistent on holding it back until the bitter end. She won't have to hold it much longer if Ayura could just think of something. But what can she do? She can't manipulate reality like Psyche can. Hell, she can't do anything Psyche can. All she can do is give fortunes, and it's not like she can make one up after the fortune has already happened. She somehow ends up locking eyes with Kaido, who is surprisingly lax for a guy that seems to always be running a mile a minute. Well, maybe lax isn't the right word. The guy seems just as stressed as the rest of them, but not concerned. He hasn't raised a fuss about Psyche. He's just standing there, and he's still staring at her, almost as if he's expecting her to what? Oh. She could be wrong, but Ayura decides to risk it. She mouths to him, "You know about Psyche's powers?" Kaido blinks. "What?" Ayura mouths much more exaggeratedly. "You know about Psyche's powers?" Kaido's eyes widen in understanding. With a nod, he mouths back, "He told me. You? I am a psychic too." "Oh, didn't I know that?" "What? Didn't I know that?" Ayura rolls her eyes. "Help me calm them down." "What are you two doing? Eating invisible sandwiches?" Nendo asks. Kaido clears his throat. "Just talking about Psyche's, secret." Ayura drops Teruhashi's hand to smack him, but Kaido quickly continues. "He's practicing to be a magician." "A magician?" Kuboyasu steps away from the front entrance. "Yeah, he's been practicing for a while now with Koda-san. The guy who's sort of your stepfather, right, Nendo? Anyways, Psyche has been getting lessons from him for months now, and he told me that he's been working on a teleportation trick, but to tell anyone because but not to tell anyone because he wants it to be a surprise. He even said he wanted to show it off at the school talent show or maybe the next school festival because he's so proud of himself." The last bit of air in Kaido's lungs runs out. He sucks in a large breath, but it does little to dim the scarlet hue of his cheeks. "So, anyways, that's what happened, I think. Don't tell him that I told any of you. He'd be so mad at me." Ayura's gaze flits from one member of their group to another, clocking how each of them reacts to Kaido's explanation. She bites her lip as Nendo frowns and says, "I don't remember him telling me about it." "That's because it was supposed to be a surprise." Kuboyasu takes off his glasses, glaring at his feet. "And we ruined it. How could we be such terrible friends?" Who is Ayura kidding? She had nothing to worry about. Not in this hopeless of a friend group. It's not your fault." Kaido is quick to reassure everyone, but especially Nendo. The poor guy looks close to tears with how he's upset his buddy. "We didn't know that Psyche was going to be practicing his magic after school today. Just when we see him again, we gotta, pretend we weren't here." "Oh no, I hope he didn't see us outside," Teruhashi exclaims. "He must have been working so hard to impress us. I mean, he even managed to teleport his room too." Ayura conjures a giggle. "It's a little overboard if you ask." A blonde, greasy head pokes itself out of the doorframe, right behind Psyche's mother. Psyche-san, may I use your restroom?" Ayura charges towards the door, leaving her apologetic friends and Kaido behind. Psyche's mother barely has time to nod her head before Ayura rushes past her, grabs Kusuke by the arm, and drags him into the dining room. The sun is just dipping below the new bedroom-sized hole in the roof. With how Ayura has boxed Kusuke in the room, the sun rays pierce right into his eyes. He squints, curdling his already sour expression, and he opens his mouth to speak. "Where did he go?" Ayura cuts him off. "I'm sorry, have we met?" "It feels like it, with all the complaining that Psyche has done about you. I'm his soulmate, by the way, so you better tell me where he went and how to get to him." Kusuke ducks his head to avoid blinding himself and rolls his eyes. He's already found his soulmate, apparently, and he hardly needs another one. It was their relationship woes that got my brother into this mess to begin with. Ayura still has her hand wrapped around his upper arm. She yanks him down so that they are standing face to face. "What does Satou-kun have to do with this?" "They had a spat from what my brother was willing to tell me. Well, willing might not be the right word. Regardless, I warned him the force of his powers had become unpredictable since starting a relationship with that boy. If he had only listened to me, this could have all been avoided. But no, he didn't want my help, or the new limiters I had been working on. They still need testing, preferably in a secured bunker somewhere. But still, he didn't need to be so rude about it. Ah! Ira just barely resists the urge to stomp on his foot. No wonder Psyche can't stand this guy. She doesn't even want to imagine what living with him would be like. Stop complaining and act a little worried, okay? What's been off about his powers? Can he not control them? Well, they weren't having issues until just recently. With more observation, I may have been able to deduce the cause of his abnormal power spike, but given what I witnessed, his psychic abilities may have been rendered unstable by his emotional distress. And given what acts of an abnormality I personally witnessed, which were very few until just now, his current limiters must not be capable of suppressing his powers to a controllable level. You could have just said yes, and his limiters don't work. Okay? We're on the clock right now. We need to find him before he loses control again. Kusuke shrugs. Well, I don't know what you expect me to do about it. As I said, my new limiters aren't ready. So either you can keep yelling in my face or wait for another chunk of rooftop to go missing, and then it'll be clear. It'll be a clear indication of where he went. Kusuke. Saiki Kurumi's oldest son pales at her voice. Ira can feel the woman's outraged glare searing through the back of her head and straight through Kusuke. What I meant to say was, yeah, the new limiters aren't ready to use, but I can use them to construct a crude tracker and find where the old pair currently are. And you'll do that when? His mother asks from the entryway. Right away. I'll use warps inserted GPS to triangulate a better locate. Kusuke stops. He whips out his phone and taps a million buttons at the speed of light. There's no need. He took my cat with him. I'm sorry, your what? Ira asks. He waves her off. My brother plopped himself in his bedroom at the local park. But there's no telling if he'll be there for long. I'll keep an eye on his location, if it'll make you feel better. Ira ignores his passive aggression and sighs with relief. But the location is only a start. How do we help Psyche-kun with his powers when we do find him? That'll be for you to solve. Perhaps all you have to do is calm him down, but I clearly can't do that. The two of us are only capable of spurring on others' negative emotions. Try saying you're his friends and you love him or some insane crap like that. For as sudden and anxiety-inducing as the situation has become, there are at least two silver linings. Psyche can be found, and Ira has an idea as to the root of his distress. As good as his good friend and soulmate, she would rather pretend she hadn't heard of his relationship issues from anyone other than Psyche himself. But this is a unique case where she needs to dig into Psyche's personal life, and she knows exactly who to ask for a shovel. Hiroshi walked straight home as instructed. No lingering at his shoe locker, no diversions at Cafe Mummy. He turns right outside the school gates and walks perfectly in a straight line. His house is less than a half a mile away, and with the right pace, it only takes him 15 minutes or so to complete. He only pauses once when he reaches the bridge. The sky is tinted the faintest hint of orange as the afternoon reaches its midway point, and the water reflects its hue. The wind guides lazy waves up against the bridge's beams and the shore, as if the river's currents were dozing the last of the day away. Hiroshi glances down over the railing, his stomach churning at the familiar drop. Then his eyes move to the sun-toasted shore, his outline and Kusuo is long since smothered over by the water. He swallows down the lump in his throat and continues on. The family car is missing from the driveway when he arrives, meaning Hiroshi's mother must still be at work. Sometimes she swings by to pick up his father if he's late enough to get off at the same time as her. However, it's more likely that he would have taken the subway at the regular time. The outline of his father through the living room window is telling of today's outcome, and Hiroshi dreads the next few hours they'll be spending together. There is no avoiding it, however, so he steps inside. He keeps his eyes downcast as he tugs off his shoes and places them by the door. If he's fast enough, his dad might not even notice him sneaking up to his room to do his homework instead of at the dining room table. But his week of misfortune has yet to end, and as Hiroshi takes the first step, his father clears his throat. "Son, can we talk?" Hiroshi could ignore him, but he could pretend to not hear him and run upstairs anyways. But he's already frozen on the bottom step for too long, and something in his father's tone tells him that this is a conversation that they will be having one way or another. He sets his school bag beside his shoes, bracing himself with the quickest of sighs. Then he turns and marches into the living room. His father is folding up the newspaper in his hands as Hiroshi takes a seat on the couch opposite of his armchair. Seated, Hiroshi claps his hands together in his lap and fixates on the carpet. His father's shadow grows larger as he leans forward. "Hiroshi, please look at me." Hiroshi does, though somewhat reluctantly. They share a clear resemblance, more so than most fathers and sons. The color of their hair and the shape of their eyes are nearly identical, and given the photos Hiroshi has seen of his father when he was in high school, he'll probably grow up to look exactly like him, if not extremely similar, though he hopes to avoid inheriting the frown lines etched into his father's face, which are only made deeper by a scowl. "There was some things said yesterday that need resolving." Hiroshi can't stop himself from protesting. "Please, let's not talk about it, Dad. I'm so sorry for what I said, and for humiliating you in front of all those people. But I don't want to. I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to bring up what was said right now. Can't I just say I'm sorry? Because I am." His father sighs the way air an old floorboard does under one's heel, low and creaky. His movements are heavy as he eases further into the edge of his seat and peers into his son's eyes. "Well, we're going to. Before I start, your mother warned me to make it clear to you that you are not only grounded for staying out so late last night. I know you're nearing adulthood, but when it's storming like that, you can't just run off and not answer our calls. Do you understand?" Hiroshi frowns. "What do you mean, only?" "I'll get to that. But do you understand?" I understand, Dad. It won't happen again." His father leans back at that, his features softening. "Good. So, about yesterday. The shore is all Hiroshi sees behind his closed eyes. "Dad, please." "What happened was humiliating for you. I know, and it won't happen again. I promise not to run off, and I promise I don't hate you. So please just let it go. Please." His father says nothing at that. When Hiroshi opens his eyes, he finds his expression to be completely crestfallen. Fear seizes Hiroshi, the same kind that a child experiences when first seeing their parent cry. "I know I haven't been the most observant father in the past. Hell, I can't promise I'll ever be. I've put my foot in my mouth so many times. It's a wonder your mother ever wanted to marry me. Dad, whatever I said to you to make you lash out yesterday, just know, I didn't mean it. And I wish I could remember, because it's not fair for you to have held on to that for so long for me to not have an explanation for it. There probably isn't one I could give, anyway. Whatever I said clearly made you more than just upset. I hurt you, Hiroshi, and I recognize that. So please tell me how to fix this, and I will. I hope I'm just not too late." If Hiroshi's heart had already been broken, then his father has just shattered the remains. The shards that used to be whole and beating into his chest now bleeds out of him, and it isn't anger. And it isn't remorse, guilt, or even vindication. Because Hiroshi realizes that maybe his father has shattered something else instead. The wall he had put up around his heart to prevent the earring conversation from ever happening again. The wall plastered with posters of a picture-perfect son who acted out only in secret and when dreaming of the future. He would pretend his family would simply never find out about his choices of how he wanted to dress and how he wanted to love whomever he pleased. His father had accepted his failure without even knowing what his failure was. All he knows is that he hurt his son, and to hide behind denial or blame would only divide them further. What good is a wall if there is no need to be divided any longer? The tears Hiroshi has been fighting back all day spring freely from his eyes. It's not too late, Dad. I don't know if I can make you understand how you hurt me. Not right now. His father nods, a glossiness in his eyes as well. You know I'm proud of you, right? At the man you're becoming, and the man you already are. I know, Dad. And you know I love you, right? I know I love you too, Dad. I don't want to feel this way anymore. Like, I can't talk to you about how I'm feeling. I'll do better. I promise. And I'm not just saying it's a promise and doing nothing about it. Tell me what I can do to be better and I'll do it. Hiroshi smiles. This is a good start. It is? We don't really do this. It's nice. Oh, yeah? His father smiles. Well, we'll be doing a lot more of it. When you're ready. It doesn't have to be today. I'll let you know when. Am I still grounded? His father thinks for a moment. I'll talk to your mother, he says with a wink. An hour later, after the tears have dried and the homework has been laid out across the dining room table, there's a knock on the door. Hiroshi is grateful for the interruption, if only because he's not in the right mindset to be doing anything, let alone calculus right now. I'll get it! The knocking turns to pounding, and Hiroshi quickens a step. He opens the door and is greeted by a blonde girl with a flushed and somewhat familiar face. Do I know? Satou-kun! You have to come with me right now! Okay? Have we met before? And, I'm actually grounded. Sorry, but I don't care! Saiki-kun needs your help! Come on! She grabs his hand, but Hiroshi tugs it back. Kusuo? What happened? Is he okay? No! Well, I think no, but you can fix it! Let's go! Hiroshi weighs his options and considers the events of the past 24 hours, but he knows Kusuo is the kind of person deep down who would be rushing to Hiroshi's aid if their places were reversed. He throws on some shoes, his mind made up. Sorry, Dad, but I have to go. I'll do the dishes for a month. That's the end of the chapter. Sorry, I had to clap. It's so amazing. Absolute cinema. Let's go! My lips are so dry right now. I need more water. Anyways, oh my gosh. That was so beautiful. I really liked that they so easily convinced it that it was just a magic trick. Oh my god, I feel so congested right now. I'm so sorry. I probably sound super nasally, I'm also on a lot of medicines. I'm kind of hyperactive right now. Radioactive. Ow! My singing voice has been hurt, so I can't sing. I hate being sick because I cannot sing, and it's so sad, and I'm so sad. Oh, my cat. It stole my seat. He. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Why did I call you it? You have pronouns. I love you. Okay, sorry. Yes. Oh, I finally got curtains in my room. I don't know why I'm telling you that. You guys don't know what my room is. Well, maybe you do. Who knows? I don't know. Gosh. Hyperactive. Whoa! Radioactive. Okay, back to this. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, the cat wants to go out. Why, TV, you are so cute. Come on, leave. Yeah, I just let my cat out of the room. Anyways, so I really liked, oh my god, this chapter was so good. I really liked the Hitoshi. I'm so used to saying Hitoshi. I almost said Hitoshi once also. Hiroshi. Oh my gosh. Hiroshi. I really like the Hiroshi and his father like scene because it's just really, I don't know. I really like it. Also, I feel like the perfect song for Hiroshi is, what is that called? The straight hair, straight A, straightforward. Wait. No. Straight. Little Miss Perfect. I knew that. It's on my playlist, dude. Little Miss Perfect or Top of My School. Yeah, Top of My School. I feel like that kind of gives Hiroshi vibes because he's, like, supposed to be... Little Miss Perfect is, like, absolutely perfect, though. Because it's, like, he's supposed to be the top, but he falls for a guy. But it's, like, the gender swap version of that song. His life, kind of. Yeah. with Psyche, though. I don't know. But, yes, listen to the song if you don't know. It's great. Oh, my God. But, no, I really like, okay, I'm so happy that at the end he, like, makes that connection, like, yeah, if I were in trouble, Psyche would totally come and help me. And so I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to help him. Because I definitely see that for sure, that would, yeah, he would do that, no doubt. I don't know, I feel like this next chapter, I'm, like, just gonna put my thoughts out there. I think probably... Hiroshi's gonna help out, maybe Psyche's gonna have a power crazy moment, and then maybe he's gonna think, like, Hiroshi's an illusion. That's kind of a bold thing to say, because I feel like that's not what bold is, not the right word. That's a huge step. Maybe? I have no idea. Yes. But, this is such a long outro. I'm so sorry, guys. You probably aren't even listening at this point. If you are... No, don't do anything if you are. If you are, don't try to do a flip. Because, I mean, if you know how to do a flip, because that would be awesome. If you don't know how to do a flip, I'm in my kitchen now, I'm getting water. If you don't know how to do a flip, however, don't do a flip because I don't want you to get hurt. Guys, I got a black eye once because I tried to do a flip because my knee rammed into my eye. But basically, I'm just saying that maybe, like, Hiroshi will, like, be there and then Psyche will have, like, a crazy power surge thing and then he'll, like, help him through it. And then he'll be like, no, it's actually me and I'm going to help you through this and you're going to be better. And I love you. And they're going to be back together and I'm going to be happy. And I don't want this to have a sad ending. If it has a sad ending, I'm going to be sad. And I'm just gonna be sad. I don't think it does. I don't remember. I have to check the tags. I'm gonna go check the tags once I'm done filling this water. But anyways, this was awesome. I love this fic. Is so amazing. Please, if you love this fic as much as I love this fic, which you probably don't because I love it the most. No, I'm joking. I'm sure someone out there probably loves it more than I do. Or maybe not because I might love it the most. I don't know. Oh my god, my cat is so adorable. One of my cats. Oh, also one of my cats died, so shout out to her in the afterlife. That sounds kind of mean to say, I feel like. Morshki, we love you! Anyways, I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. I mean, I posted a thing about it, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, I miss her. Anyways, I'm sorry, what is happening? Oh my gosh. But, if you love this as much as I do, please leave comments and kudos for the creator on AO3. If you don't have access to AO3, then that's sad. Well, I did it for you. I gave kudos and comment. I did put a comment. So, I did it for you, so don't worry about it if you can't do it. But for sure, leave comments and kudos because they love that. Because the support, you need to show support because we love, the authors give us so much love with their fics, and we're so happy to read them. I'm so happy to read them. I'm so happy to read this, and you should be happy to listen to it, so leave them comments and kudos. So, basically, that super long, like, 10-minute rant was just for me to say bye. Okay. I'm gonna miss you guys. No, I'm joking. No, of course I'm gonna miss you guys. Well, no, I'm double joking. think the medicine kicked in. Anyways, some random stuff from Argentina that my mom brought. We have family there. Yeah, it's great. I don't even know what I'm going. Whoa, I'm dizzy. I'm super dizzy. I've been dizzy all day. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm talking anymore. Okay, goodbye. This is Tango signing off. I'm gonna fall, so bye. Oh my gosh, that was too loud. I'm so sorry. Bye.